welcome to the Mulligan Menace. Today we are playing some Ugin Replication. The whole reason why it's called Ugin Replication, obviously it's going to be an Ugin-based deck, but we do have card Extravagant Replication. We have 3 copies of it in the deck, and what this does, it's an enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep. Create a token that's a copy of another target non-land permanent you control. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have some really good permanents in play that you can copy with that. A good way of doing that is to make sure that it's not just creatures that you're copying, because they could sweep the board and you have nothing to copy. We have enchantments. The avatars work really well for this because you got great abilities on these overlords. This one allows you to draw. This one allows you to create all the 2/1 flying insects. So you'll be able to actually target those and then create the overlord. And in this case, you'll actually end up with 10 power on board just by copying this, which is awesome because it actually comes in as a 6/6 creature in play when you target it with the replication. The other thing to know is that you can actually target the replication or another replication, and you can create multiples. You're actually going to see in one of the games, I have 5 replications on the board at the same time. It's a pretty funny match when you see it. But otherwise, the rest of the deck we'll kind of go through here. We have Authority of the Councils, just slow them down a little bit. Get Lost, good removal for planeswalkers and creatures, as well enchantments. Mazemind Tome helps you smooth out your draws. Iron Crag, ramp up. We do have icebergs as well. We have 2 of them in here. The main reason why the icebergs are in here is that you can replicate the iceberg and get rid of colorless items. So think of like the monument decks and stuff like that. Ugin can't go after that, but iceberg can. So being able to duplicate your icebergs is actually pretty awesome effect. We do have 2 split ups as well, which work really well with the councils. Day of Judgments, 3 of those, just another good sweeper. Archive, another ramp to get up to your big spells. We have 2 of the overlords of the flood pits. We have 1 of the Planetarium in here. I did actually adjust this list a little bit while playing it. Switched this down to 1. I added 1 more land in here. 24 land total here. Planetarium works really well with the Mazemind because you can trigger it both on your turn and your opponent's turn. But it also works really well with replication or overlords. Because what you can do is you can trigger the Planetarium on your opponent's turn, and when you trigger that, that means you can actually find in your deck, hopefully in your top cards, you can either pull like a Overlord or pull a the other Overlord or the Replication or even an Ugin, and they all have an effect right away. And if you go to your turn, you can then attack in with this. So really works out well, kind of an interesting thing. We do also have a hive pool or 2 hive pools here as an alternate win con. That also works really well with the replication because you can keep replicating your hive pools and just have a crazy amount of creatures as well if you want to do it that way. So if they manage to get rid of all of your overlords, you still have a win condition with the hive pools that you have there. Otherwise, we have the Verges, Anchorages, 2 Temple of Enlightenment. The main reason is we don't have the shocklands like you do have in the other colors yet. It's coming in the next set, I believe. But this allows you to have also a scry ability, which will then trigger a Planetarium as well. So there's definitely a little synergy there. Multiversal Passage, obviously. Just make sure that you have 2 islands in play. That's the big thing. That way you can cast Overlord. Even for its dependent cost, you need 2 islands for that. You need 2 islands for the replication. Just make sure you have that and you should be good to go. A lot of synergies with the cards that are in this deck, so really kind of cool features here. One other one I wanted to kind of point out, Replicate Archive allows you to also draw additional cards. So that's kind of a neat little thing that you can do with replication as well. But we got a lot of games ahead of here, so first, can you hit that subscribe button below? Trying to get to 2,000 subs, post daily content. So if you want to see that daily content I post, I appreciate you subscribing. But let's get into the gameplay. All right, we do have a sweeper. We go first. We have some ramp. We'll keep it. See if we got a removal here. And we got quite a bit of land. We already have 3 more in hand. And we even have an archive, so I think we're good. That'll be a good one to cast here. Get rid of one of our passages. Ugh. I guess it's good to get through that stuff. Okay, they could be sitting on a counter now. Yeah, they don't. We'll get our archive down. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Let's go for the planes. We'll get the archive down. Trying to find stuff here. Which means if we get an Ugin, we probably could drop it. Unless they got an annul or something. You know, didn't find the Ugin. I think we just hold off. We could even archive if we want to. I think we're going to hold off in the archive too. Let's get a land down. And turn this comes in. We'll see if they do anything with this Overlord. Really, I'm curious about that because this will allow us to smooth out our draws. Demonic Pact. Okay, we can actually flash that. Okay, you do 4 damage. Let's iceberg that. Does he have a negate? No. Well, that worked out pretty good. My turn. Ooh, Planetarium. I think we'll back in. Discard a passage. Get our Planetarium down, I think, here. They didn't counter the iceberg, but they're going to counter that. Oh. No, we can pay for that. And we'll use it on their turn, most likely. Now let us find a replication. Interesting. Do we even have anything here? No. I think get rid of that. Come on, replication. No, no. Yes! Let's replicate that. Oh, shoot. I forgot it's red legendary. Do Do that. I actually want to do this, so it just comes in as an enchantment. And I can start replicating that, because otherwise they can just kill that or get rid of it. Do this. We can use it as a card draw in the future. We're gonna Planetarium on their turn. And turn. Man, I got the replication and then I screwed up. Oh well. That seems pretty good. Submit 0. Wow. Okay, they countered it. Resolve. The worst part is if I would have kept the right one, it would have just went back to my hand. We go with my turn. We're going to replicate this. We'll get more creatures. And we got another one. Make sure not to replicate it this time. Back in. Yeah, we should have originally replicated the archive. Deadly cover-up. And that's why we wanted this one to be the enchantment. Because we can just replicate this again then. They're going to kill everything. Let's just let them do that. Man, they're getting rid of... they're going after Ugin? Is that what I saw? I'm okay with that. Alright. It's Planetarium. Ooh, that's pretty good. We'll be able to attack in for quite a bit next turn. Let's replicate the Overlord. That's pretty good too. Should attack in. Drop more land. Drop another one of these. Draw a card. Alright, and we will Planetarium again next turn. Do they have another board wipe here? Got a Greed's Gambit. It's not going to save them here. All right, good game. All right, let's take a look at this. We do have some ramp here. We do have 3 land authority We'll keep it. Hopefully... Okay, we might be in trouble. Need to find a sweep, I think. Authority of the Councils come into a little handy here. Okay, Badger Mole, they'll get double here. Yeah. You can do another Badger Mole. Feed Cavern Bats. We haven't even had our second turn yet. So we need to find a sweep. Probably, yeah. I would have done that too. Iceberg. So I guess we'd put our tap land into play. At 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 land. Iceberging the Badgermole Cub is probably the play next turn. Okay, they're gonna pulse that. Ooh, split up. Split up is definitely the play. All tap creatures. Okay, let's get a land here so we can get our archive down. Revenant. We didn't get our land. Tempted to just tune to try to find the land so that we can Day of Judgment next turn. Otherwise, we can Iceberg if we need to. Let's do that. We'll take a hit. Yeah, worst case scenario, we get three on us. Pass. Pass. Okay, we're gonna hold full control here to see what we got going on. Resolve that. The land. Day of Judgment. We need to find the land. My turn. We're gonna do this first. This is land. All right. Draw. Let's do the iceberg. That way we can put this in tapped. White, enter tapped. If we do draw another land, we can Overlord. He pulses, he gets his Revenant back. Which is fine. Sure. We'll even trade that off. I'm not too upset about that. Well, that's really good. We'll ditch one of those. He's probably got removal. Annex. Okay, they're going to start taking some damage from that. Okay, they're going to attack in. They are not. Don't need another one. At least not right now. Well, it's a good thing we did that then. We can do... We'll tack in with this. Oh, that's nice. Three, 4, 5, 6. Pitch that one. We'll do a 5, and then we're going to cast Replication. If they don't get rid of the Flood Pits, you're going to have a very bad time. We'll get the Replication out right away. And turn. Lord run, okay. So we'll only be able to replicate the tomb. We can Day of Judgment next turn. Let's do this just to see what we got going on. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Now I can't replicate anything. That's not bad. I actually want to do both of these. So let's do that. And that. And that gives us targets to replicate as well. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's good as well. This is probably the least out of all of them. Yep. I think we're in pretty good shape here. Demon doesn't affect me much. I mean, they could start taking damage. But we can cast our split ups or whatever. I think we just do that. So the question is, what do we want to find? Do this for card draw. We can do this for creatures. I think I'm going to be splitting up anyways. So let's go for the card draw. Discard a card. Do that, I have one land open. If I get Judgment, I got 3 lands. 4 lands. I really want to get this out because I can get a lot of damage on me otherwise. Let's do this. Followed by this. I'll untap creatures. I just want to get rid of their creature so that they can't... Okay. That way they can't force me to take damage from that. Okay, now they can turn that on. But Day of Judgment takes care of that. Okay. That's fine. Let's duplicate. That again. We can do the same thing. Oh, we got an iceberg too. Discard a card. I think I'm okay with discarding that. Is there enough for the iceberg after that? No. Well, that's a bummer. Oh, there is. We'll pay 2 life. Let's do the iceberg first. Get that down. Probably could have done another replication, actually, but we can actually go after the iceberg for replicating as well. These are coming into play at next turn as well. This will be interesting. They really should turn on the Sanctuary because it'll, and then turn this on because it'll take some damage. So I think the iceberg going after their chamber might be the Anik. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, shoot the sheriff. Okay, well, I can Day of Judgment next turn. It's here. 1, 2, 3, 6. I want to draw a land. So let's see what we could do. Ugin's pretty good too. We'll keep Ugin. Let's duplicate our iceberg. And we can take an annex. Let's drop an Ugin. Take an annex. Let's attack in. Oh, good game. Good game. All right, opponent goes first on this one. We have quite a bit of stuff to mess with them. If we got creatures, let's keep it. Do have a little bit of ramp here, which is excellent. We'll be able to ramp into Day of Judgment if we draw another land. Yeah, we'll let them get their board solidified a little bit here. Okay. We can do a split up if we have to, but I really prefer to do Day of Judgment. Ooh. Yeah, see, split up would be a little... I guess we can do split up. They're both untapped. Let's do it. Destroy all untapped creatures. We can do our Overlord next turn as well. We'll see how ham they go for laying creatures down. I'm actually okay with this. We have the blockers for their Exemplar. This also might motivate them to throw down more creatures. Or even use some removal. Okay, that's good too. That means they're going to be throwing down creatures. Yep. Okay, we are doing a sweep here. Definitely doing a sweep here. We'll block. Not finding her land, unfortunately. We'll get the tome down next turn. Man, they just keep coming with the creatures here. You can go after the Overlord? Yep. Well, I can iceberg his shelter. And that would give me my creature back. And that'll give us a couple more turns as well. And our creature comes into play, which is nice. That is a neat effect, the arena with the channeler. Man, they're loading the board again. Okay, they are out of cards, though. Sacrifice. You'd scry 2. Okay. They do have a Pridemate on the top. Let's get this out. We're going to try to draw. We've got to find land here. There we go. No attacks. We're going to be doing some blocking here. We're going to let them cast some creatures. We'll do a Day of Judgment. Yep. Not worried about this at all. They just have land left. Yep. Okay, reveal that. It's on the top. Well, they're going to be sad when they see what comes here. Let's try something cheeky here. We're going to do a split up. We ended up keeping a creature. Let's draw a card, see if we can get a land. We did not get our land. We are way down on land. Okay, he's going to be a little surprised when he sees our hand, I think. Day of Judgment might be the pick here. I guess Iceberg could be the pick too. All right. Oh, Hedron. Let's do that. Followed by the Iceberg after his Arena. No attacks. I'm going to scry here for a land. There we go.
I grant you I am the master equilibrium.
We attack in.
My blood bears fruit.
Man, we're still at 20 life, too. And turn. Good game, good game. All right, we go first. We do have some ramp here. Let's keep it. Got a bunch of land as well. Turn 3, we can drop our Overlord. Okay. Iron Crag down. Overlord will be good because it's going to kind of stop them from attacking in for a turn or two. And we can fire off our Get Lost if we see an opening. They're going to cast our 2/2. Might be worth going after their 2/2 hexproof. Okay, that's not bad. Yep. We'll get our Overlord down. I think we do our Mazemind Tome. Start searching for the cards we're looking for, especially the Replicator. Replication. Yeah, they're probably baffled as to kind of how to handle this. I mean, they can make this a 4/4 if they wanted to. All right, we got the Oog. We'll keep our Get Lost open. Looks like the opponent might be MIA. All right, we will get our anchorage down. They're clicking on certain things, so they should be there. No attacks. And turn. Their issue is if this comes back out, they're going to have even more of a headache. So they really got to be a little bit more expedient in what they're doing. Okay. He tries putting that on the vendor. Well, we just do that. Might as well do this. Try to find our land. Split up is pretty good. We'll keep that. We're going to attack in here and do a split up. 4, 5. So let's do an attack. And we can also do a tomb as well. Destroy all untapped creatures. And turn. All right, we get that back in one more turn. We need to draw our namesake card here, the replication. Resolve. Seam rip. What are they going to seam rip? Greg? I mean, that'd be smart. It would avoid the Ugin. For a turn, at least. Possibly more. What are you picking here? Okay. Another tomb. Well, we're going to get our Overlord into play next turn. Did find a land. All right, good game. All right, opponent goes first. We do have Authority followed up with Split Up and then Hedron. Mazemind in there too. We'll keep it. If we draw land, we can get to the Ugin in a decent pace. Don't like seeing that. We'll get the Authority out. That does help with the Split Up. Didn't find the land we have, but we do have a Day of Judgment. This isn't the greatest. Alright, we'll get this. We're going to want to find another land. Trying to find that land. Plains. Another tomb. I don't think that's what we want. That's not that bad. We can drop that. Get our 2 land, or to get a land at least. Are they gonna counter that? They are. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Counter. We just need to get that land so we can get the archive down. 2 more land we need here. It's not the land we needed, because now it's going to take an additional turn to get our Ugin down. Actually, hold on here. We can draw. Land out. No, we need to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can get this down. Ugin might just be too little too late, unfortunately, with the endurance out there. We need to get our icebergs to take care of the endurances. I'm going to pay 2 life. Split up, destroy all tapped creatures. That should slow down their discard as well. Then we got Ugin next turn to destroy their Storm Chasers. And we're really going to be searching for our Iceberg. They're going to try to find something here. Quench is coming back. But it's not... I mean, they can't cast it. Want that on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Destroy that. We'll start gaining our life. Just trying to find our icebergs. We'll sacrifice the archive next turn. Discarded the Quenchia now. Interesting. I guess it was the only thing they could bring back to discard. Alright, good game. Opponent goes first. I do have 2 authorities and Mazemind Tome. Let's keep it. Kind of an interesting one. Sure, we'll pay 2 life to get this down because we'll probably gain it back. Let's go after the Mazemind Tome so we can start getting our land, because we want to get our 4th land drop. Oh, is this really a... Oh, I guess I can do that. That is fine. We'll put a counter there, keep that land. On top. Let's... get another white out. Pay 2 life. Drop console. Get another Mazemind out. Now we're searching for our Ugin. Okay. Comes into play tapped. Shelter, that's fine. Is he going to go after the authority of the council? They are. Okay. I'm going to let them sizzle a little bit for 1 turn and then Day of Judgment, I think. But first, let's look. Split up's pretty good. Let's just use a split up this turn. Iceberg's pretty good because that can go after. Sure. Destroy all tapped creatures. Well, they're going to be disappointed when I can steal their iceberg. Why do they want that so bad is my question. You know what? Let's just do this and not worry about that for now. Because we got a Day of Judgment. We can always iceberg it if we really need it. Let's do this. I should have... Okay, that's fine, but I should have probably did this first. And turn. We get a land, we can Planetarium. Okay, Battlefronts. I don't think it's a synthesizer deck, but what is he battlefronting for? All right. It's going after the tomb. Okay. Seems odd, but okay. Okay, give me land. Perfect. We'll let them pump their creature up once. Actually, what we can do is scry on our turn. Oh, that's a bummer. End turn. Okay, the battlefront again. Sheltered by Ghost. They're going to go after our Planetarium. We'll activate that in response. Yeah, I guess we can do that. And then we can even do a sweep if we wanted to. Well, this is kind of nasty, actually. Ooh. Okay, authority is a little more important than it was. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is all we have. And do this and get rid of the shelter and then trigger the Planetarium. All right, good game. All right, opponent goes first on this one. I'm not feeling it. And we're going to mulligan it. I like this one a little bit better. More land, we'll keep it. Get rid of one of the get losts. White, enter tapped. Ouch. Ouch. We'll use a get lost if they try to pump it. Blue, enter tapped. We can split up next turn if we absolutely have to. I think that's a valid reason to split up. Okay. That's not good. Cast that for 5. That would give us a blocker. cast that next turn. I think we do Planetarium. So we can do Archive into the Mistmoors. Okay, we're going to block this thing. Hopefully they don't have removal for us. Okay. So we can drop that. This down. Pen that. As long as they can't get trampled, we're okay, I think. Okay. Well, let's gain life here. So I'm at 0.
If my interventions require
We attack with 1. He has haste on the one creature. Okay. Can't destroy it. Shoot. So it's 0.
I grant you approval.
I think we saved the Get Lost. See what else we draw here. We're not going to attack in. The next Ugin is going to do some work, I think. Because we can actually use that to pull... I mean, I guess we could do... We don't really need it, but we can use it to get like hive pools and stuff down. So end turn. We're going to be in really good shape next turn. Let's do this so we can still ultimate our Ugin. Sure.
I will not die here again.
Good game. All right, we're going to try keeping this. We do have 4 mana as well as a Get Lost. All comes into play on tap, too. 2 hive pools is a strange starting hand, though. Another Get Lost. This is a... Okay, perfect. Get rid of one of our hive pools. And get the Iron Crag down. Okay, they got the Annex down. Might as well go after that right away. Okay, hopefully they don't discard our hive pool. We can get that down next turn. Bummer. All right, we're playing off the top of our deck here. Hopefully they don't have Bandit's Talents in their hand. We cast anything in our deck off the top of our hand, or off the top of our deck, so. Yeah, they're trying to figure out what they want to do. They do have a Bandit's Talent, so we're going to start taking some damage. They might as well just start pumping that up. Now we do have the Ugin. That's probably the perfect draw, because we can get rid of the Bandit's Talent. We can draw. Play a land. That was really good, too. Oh, they had a perfect card for that. Well, we do have a Planetarium. Next, and turn. Okay, we will Planetarium. Get rid of those. Replication. Huh? That's pretty good, too. We'll cast that. Draw 2 cards, discard a card. I guess we just discard that. And I'll attack in. And turn. They can make us discard, but they have a sweep. All right, good game. All right, we go first. 2 tap land. We do have a Get Lost and a 2 Day Judgments with a replication. We'll keep it just because we have the sweepers. It's going to be rough if we face a Izzet deck. We do need to find land, though. Oh, more tap land, but we'll take it. Breakout. Okay, need one more land. We can get our archive down. We do have our Get Lost live. Tiger Seal. What are they breaking out? Another Tiger Seal. If we go after one of the Tiger Seals. Get our archive down. I think we can get our replication down. Ooh, we might just do a Day of Judgment here. They can harmonize? The Flood Maw. Alright, I think we might just Day of Judgment here. We're not going to fool around with that, especially with how much fear of missing out can really hurt you. They gonna counter this? No. We got here? Spinner. All right, we can do another Day of Judgment. If they drop their fear of missing out. Okay. Do that. And turn. Got another Into the Floodmaw. Could bounce that. Okay. Card draw going here. Discards. Or they can discard a creature, I suppose. And they do. My turn. So I do have a Get Lost. I think we're going to take a turn. We'll get the Hivepool out. No attacks. We can block here. Doesn't have trample, so we're good. Okay, we'll get a more card draw going. I suppose we don't have enough. 3, 4. That gives us 4. Then we can drop another Hivepool. No attacks. Let's hope they can't get rid of our creatures and then kill us. So we'll have quite a few 1/1s here. Okay. That's okay with me. This has ward. Oh. Kill that. This is ward 2, which means we can do that. Go after that. Hit. No attacks. We can get replication down. The only thing that makes me nervous is that flyer. We'll have to start gaining life to try to offset that. We can kill his... Well, I guess we can kill a flyer with this. Tiger Seal. All right. Let's draw a card first. Oh, that's pretty good. Good game. All right, opponent goes first. This is actually a pretty good hand for us. If the opponent goes first, he builds up things. We can sweep. Actually, this is going to be really good for us. Let's get this down first. We are going to go... Oh, I just realized I cast that, or got that. You know what? Let's do this. We're going to start gaining life because of this. I should have dropped the planes. I didn't realize I drew that right away. Otherwise, I wouldn't have dropped the passage. Interesting. Okay, they're going to target that. That's okay. The anchorage down. Maybe it's not the worst that I did it that way. We'll split up next turn. Do that because we got 2 of them. Okay, we're gonna do tapped creature. Okay, if they cast another creature, we gain some life. We will lose 2 here. They cast a creature. Okay, we'll Day of Judgment. Yeah, they're hoping to get quite a bit of damage in here. Okay, they're looking for more creatures, I think. Well, we're going to Day of Judgment. We'll impend this, I think. Oh, I got a Weaver. I think we're going to Day of Judgment again now. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do this, and then we can impend this. Okay, they got another spider. Let's just cast this. We'll discard here. All right, good game. Okay, here's another one where I start with 2 land. I have awesome removal, but I go. Opponent goes first. We'll keep it. Let's see if I actually draw the land I need. Even have an archive in there too. We're not even going to be facing creatures, are we? Just in case, we'll do this. Do want to get rid of that as fast as we can. We'll get our tap land down. And get rid of that tomb. We just need to find land. I think we're going to do a split up into a Day of Judgment, depending on what they all cast. Okay, if he attacks in... That creature will be tapped as well. Oh, he has another creature. Awesome. Yeah, attack in. Come on. He attacks in. The split up will take care of it all. There we go. Didn't get our land, though. Destroy all tapped creatures. Okay, if we can get our 4th land, we can drop our archive. Then we're off to the races. Okay, they're just trying to draw. Really need our land here. It's a free turn. Oh, Tiger Seal. That's not good. Oh, come on. Let's just get rid of this. You know what? Do we give it a turn? Instant, enchantment, creature, instant, sorcery. Enchantment, sorcery, instant creatures. So they have all 4. Do a split up. Try to retain our life as much as possible. So if we can get to the Ugin, we're going to be in good shape. Just need to get that 4th land. Yep. Okay. I have to get the untapped land. We're going to cast another one of these. It makes me want a Day of Judgment. Well, that was miserable. Okay, I think we're going to end up having the Day of Judgment here next turn. We are up to 23 because of the authority of the councils. Okay, they're going to get another Storm Chaser's talent. Okay, they're out of blue. Okay, let's Day of Judgment. Before that gets out of hand. Okay. They're going to do it again. Okay, that was warped in. Kind of want them to cast it. Let's do this. We'll get an archive down. So we can fire up an Ugin next turn. Another one. Okay. We may just Day of Judgment again now. So an untapped land will allow us to archive and Day of Judgment. Okay. Well, we definitely are Day of Judgment. It's just a question of if we can do both. And yes, we can, which is good. Jesus. Okay, they're gonna get boomerangs back. They drew all 4 boomerangs in their top 30. They're trying to keep us off Ugin, which is okay. We draw a land. We get Ugin.
I grant. My eye will mend this
All right, we'll be in pretty good shape here next turn, as long as they don't just go ham.
ability.
All right. Well, we can start with this. All right, good game. All right, we go first. 3 land. Authority of the Council, get lost, split up, and a Planetarium. Let's keep it. We'll start by getting that down early. Most vacuum's fine. Get this down tapped. We'll put that in. Making sure that we get double island. Best turn. Planeswalker. No ramp or anything, unfortunately. All right, good game. All right, opponent goes first on this one. We're actually going to keep this because we do have the split up, which is huge. Love having replication because I've been finding that lately. Let's go for keeping that. We're going to be holding up that split up. Is going to be a big one. Well, that's kind of nice too. Tap land down. We can get the tomb out next turn, and then we can start trying to find some land. God, that's a big boy there. I think we still do this. We'll take a hit. Might sound weird to say. I almost hope they have haste on their next creature. That way we can split up. Oh, man. Jeez. Then sack it. Guess we live for one more turn. That is a land. Then on top. And we will do a get lost, I guess. All right, show off. Well, what can we do with this get lost here? Guess we go after the show off because that can pump. Well, you got it. Good game. All right, we got 2 land. We do have a tome. We do have the split up, Overlord, Iceberg. Not the greatest because we don't have ramp here, but I think we'll keep it because of the split up and Iceberg, as well as the Mazemind. We'll keep it. If they're just a touch slow, or if they over commit to the board, our removal will be really strong. Interesting. Okay. Well, split up is not going to be very good against this deck. I guess we can start. Start with a scry. Do we just grab that for the land? I think we do. Yep. We'll use the Iceberg to get rid of the first synthesizer. We're going to pay life for this one. Life, we'll get this out. We're going to be trying to find land. Maybe ramp. If I see land or ramp, I'll probably grab it. Well, there's the first synthesizer. We're going for that with the Iceberg here. Oh, there's land. Whatever we can do to slow them down. We only have one more Iceberg, so we need to keep that in mind. Battlefront. Hopefully I don't get anything to get rid of our Iceberg. Or another synthesizer. That was a pretty good one for us. My turn. Well, let's get this down. Snare. They're going to snare the Iceberg, aren't they? Should have just done it at the end of their turn. Sure. Authority of the Councils might be a little rough on us, actually. We only have 5 mana here. Okay. Just put that in as blue. Enter tapped. Get another one of these out. Back in. 5. We can get our Right of Replication out next turn. If we get a land. Are they going to try doing a pinnacle? They are. Well, we got to do this. That's pretty good. Go after their synthesizer again. Yeah, but they'll get a guy. They drew quite a bit too, unfortunately. Don't like that they're stationing there. We'll do a split up next turn, maybe. Can't station this yet. Well, that's pretty good. What are they going to sacrifice? Okay, they're going to go for another. Synthesizer? Yep. Turn too late to have this down, unfortunately. Oh, he's attacking it too. He didn't fire up that. Get rid of his creature. Get one of those in play. Oh, they got another synthesizer. I just don't want them to fire this up. I mean, they can only make one, fortunately. We'll have a blocker next turn, but they'll be able to turn on their repurposing bay here to go after their... Are they going to get their Firestone or whatever you call that thing? No, they went after Perilous Snare to get the Iceberg. And that stops me from duplicating it, and they got the game. Actually, not necessarily yet. Oh, they didn't go after the Iceberg. Interesting. Did duplicate that. Now they can get even more creatures. I guess we could have a sweeper. I wonder if they have that Firestone in their deck. They might not even have it. Either that or they have it in their hand. They'll gain a lot of life here. Well, we needed to have a sweeper there or a land. This gives me a single blocker. That isn't going to do it. This isn't going to do it. Yep, just not enough land. Good game. All right, we got 3 land here. We got to Get Lost, a Day of Judgment, Replication. We even have an Overlord. Let's keep it. Get the tap land down first. Oh, we even have a little bit of ramp in there too. Look at that. Tomb? Looks like they're finding what they need. We're not finding the land we need, unfortunately. Need one more land. It's tapped. Should have said untapped land. probably sitting on counter spells. Authority's fine. I'm wondering if we should just go after the authority. So if they do anything for that, they let that go. Interesting. Do they ever get lost, or do they have a way to get rid of it? Another Mazemind. That... I guess I can't really kill it. Kill a tomb, but I can go after authority. They have a counterspell now? They don't. Okay. We got the replication down. We'll be able to replicate the archive, which will allow us to get multiple. I guess we don't have enough mana. We draw a white mana. Okay. They definitely seem like an Ugin deck to me. They're hurting on land as well. Okay. One, two, three, four. Do that. Actually, hold on here. Try to get lost there. Authority first. I have a feeling they'll have creature sweeps, but we're going to be able to keep bringing the Overlord back with the replication. Yep. There we go. Now we're cooking. We're going to sacrifice this just to try to draw some stuff here. Get this one down. And then get our tome out. We can also get authority out. And I'm expecting them to have another sweeper. We'll save the Get Lost for their Ugin. I really do think they have one. Okay. Day of Judgment, yeah. Figured they have multiple. We will trigger that again. Jeez. I'll draw. Ooh, another replication. We'll get that down next turn. We can start replicating our replicate. Okay, are they gonna have another sweeper this turn? Or are they gonna drop an Ugin? Oh, they're gonna exile a creature. That's fine. Well, before we do anything, we'll... Oh, that was a token. It didn't matter. Oops. That was an error on my part. Let's go for this again. Let's get our land down. Put this down. Back in. They're at 35. 3 damage. Gain some life. Yeah, I should have saved that for a Planeswalker. I made the error on that. I was purposely saving that for a Planeswalker too. And turn. Okay, we do have another Overlord to drop. Yeah, I should have probably dropped the Overlord, but... Okay. Well, we're going to do something funny here. I'm going to replicate a replicate. And then we'll cast a replicate. So now we got 5 replicates. Let's get this so it's an enchantment. Oh, that does it, doesn't it? Good game. That is funny. GG's. Alright, opponent goes first on this. We don't have ramp, but we do have Get Lost, Iceberg, and Day of Judgment. 2 land. Would rather not have 2 of the high casting cost cards, but we'll be drawing, so hopefully we can find our land. Yeah, they're going to be going a little bit faster. We missed the land drop already, or land draw already. What do we got here? We got 44% chance of drawing. Didn't find one again. Creatures gain haste. I think we just do this. I should have waited for the... Well, no, because they would have been able to give it haste. I didn't want them to do that. So we have to draw 2 lands in a row here. We didn't. Yeah, we're already pretty late here. I mean, we can Iceberg there if we get an untapped land here. That's 4 draws with 0 lands. And I only started with two lands. All right. Well, good game. All right. All in all, this was a pretty fun deck to play. I really enjoyed the replication. Really neat and synergizes well with the overlords, being able to be enchantments on the battlefield. That way, even if they do a sweep, you still have your enchantments there for a couple turns usually. Worked out really well for that. Liked to have the Planetarium too to kind of search through your deck trying to find the replications, which was nice. They also worked really well with the Hivepool as a secondary win con. But man, I had a lot of problems with getting mana. I got kind of mana hosed on a lot of games that I played. I didn't include all the game losses or anything on this one just because there was a good handful of games where I was stuck at 2 land even after 6 to 7 land or 6 to 7 draws. There was one that I even drew. Man, I think I was 17 cards deep and I still had the original 2 land that I had my opening hand, which was kind of ridiculous for that. But all in all, it's a fun deck. I think it's a much better deck than I had success with tonight. I think with a bit of tweaking, it could be a pretty stellar deck to kind of surprise people with. So I might give another go at this one with some tweaking at a later date. But I do suggest that you guys kind of play around with it. Man, this replication card is fun. I just wish I drew it more in the games that I did play. But otherwise, please hit the subscribe button below, trying to get to 2,000 subs. New content every day. I appreciate all your help. Hit that like icon and have a fantastic day.